Welcome back as we take you to Paul Giel Field. Section 1A championship on the line at the 2-seed Fillmore Central up against top-seeded Rushford Peterson. First quarter, Trojans moving it. Malachi Bunkie hits Hayden Cahoon over the middle at gain, gets RP over midfield. That drive would stall out. Fillmore Central's turn now. QB Dylan O'Connor off play action, looks deep, and he's got a man. That's Bryce Corson on the reception. This drive would spill to the second quarter. It's time a handoff to Corson, and he gets that door slammed shut by big man Justin Ruberg. The ensuing drive for RP, a play action for Bunkie, rolls out and fires a strike to Grady Hingle. An excellent ball, a tremendous catch. Trojans in front, 7-0. And believe me, that would be the only score into the fourth quarter. So 5 minutes left, Falcons in the red zone. O'Connor, and that's picked off by Hingle. The game-winning touchdown, now the game-winning interception for Grady Hingle. Rushford Peterson beats Fillmore Central 7-0. RP is now a perfect 11-0 on the season. It's the Trojans' first time going back to state since 2016 when they finished as Class A runner-up.
Now to Section 2 AA, top-seeded Blooming Prairie put their 28-game win streak on the line against 2-seed Maple River. First quarter, BP down 7-0, trying to get back in the game. Drew Kittleson connects with Cade Christensen. He takes it to the house. BP down 7-6. The Eagles would respond. Landon Fox hands it off to Mason Shimmer. He takes advantage of some good blocking downfield to take this one into Blossom territory. Eagles now threatening, they'd punch it in a few plays later. Watch Tim Buchholz use some lower body strength to bully his way into the end zone. Blossoms now down 13-6, but their deficit would grow still in the half. Fox hands it off to Shimmer. He slices his way through the defense. Then this is the Pat Lund line. He sees a whole lot of green and a whole lot of glory. It's a house call for Maple River as they took a 19-6 lead, but never underestimate the heart of a champion. The Blossoms try to battle back. Future MSU Maverick Drew Kittleson cuts back, takes it to the house to cut into the Maple River lead, but in the end, the Eagles pull away. Blooming Prairie loses to Maple River 40-18. The loss snaps BP 28-game win streak, but congrats to head coach Chad Gimble and company. They run one of the best programs in the entire state of Minnesota.
Next to 9-man we go. Championship bout between top seed Lanesboro, the 3-seed Leroy Ostrander at Triton. Leroy Ostrander came out swinging. QB Chase Johnson looking deep, and this ball might have been dropped from the heavens for Lane Burr. That's a touchdown. Woo. Cardinals, a try for 2. We got Johnson on the keeper. He's going to be brought down just short. So 6-0 the score here. Cards, we're playing defense though too. Burrows QB Seth Seaman has no time as Tanner Olson comes back for the sack. That drive would stall. Lanesboro didn't get anything going till the second. Same score, a pitch to JT Ryan, who picks up a big gain to keep this drive going. Couple plays later, it's Seaman on the QB keeper. He goes left side, sheds a couple would-be tacklers, and is in for 6. And then go ahead, flex on him, let him know. Burrows would go for 2, but this time Seaman not going anywhere. Cards, put him down, and this one's tied 6-6. It's Leroy Ostrander who upsets top-seeded Lanesboro 30-6 your final. Cardinals are going to state for the first time since 2004. Quarterback Chase Johnson had 19 carries for 248 yards and 3 TDs in this win.
Staying in 9-man, the Minnesota coaching community has a legend to replace next year. Longtime Grand Meadow head coach Gary Sloan has decided to call it a coaching career. Yesterday, chief photographer Chuck Sibley and myself went down to the Meadow to talk to Sloan about his decision.
Meadow, 1, 2, 3, Meadow!
For nearly 3 decades, the Grand Meadow Superlarks were led onto the football field by Gary Sloan.
Be aggressive, guys. In the air, in the air.
After 29 historic years, Sloan is retiring from coaching.
Was it hard to walk away or no?
Absolutely. Okay. This is something I'm going to miss tremendously. But you know, it's not a decision I made lightly. I've thought it through a lot, and it just seems like the right time.
Sloan's football resume is impeccable. 230 wins.
Here are the Superlarks, 4-peating as champions of 9-man.
4 state titles, a 51-game win streak.
You know, other than raising my own kids, football's been probably the next most important thing in my life. You know, just the relationships with the kids, but also the parents, the entire community, the administration's been extremely supportive.
To think of Grand Meadow is to think of the Superlarks football team. The town is nearly synonymous with football, and that's a product of Sloan's life work.
Football is important everywhere, but I think in small towns, I think it's even that much more important. Probably because there are fewer things to do on Friday nights and stuff, so everybody gets excited, everybody goes to the games, everybody supports it, and when the school has a good football team, or any athletic team for that matter, it just really uplifts the entire town.
Sloan has coached generations of kids in Grand Meadow. He says one of his favorite things about coaching was seeing his players get better.
Everybody can play. You know, some people are going to be better than others, but everybody can contribute. And when you get them as freshmen and you're like, oh, there's not a lot of potential in that class, and then those guys get to be juniors and seniors, and their bodies have developed, they've been in the weight room and stuff, and the satisfaction and just the positive feeling of seeing these kids improve has really been important to me.
Sloan is staying at Grand Meadow as the athletic director and transportation director. Now he'll begin the search for the next football coach for Grand Meadow.
We'll find a good person to take this position, and whoever does, they're going to have a lot of support. They're going to have a lot of people in their corner.
Now, Gary tells me he's playing a lot of golf, or he will when he does in his future. So, Coach Sloan, we're probably going to have to get you on a par for the course segment next year. Well, still to come, we still have to show you our KTTC Play of the Week.
Plus, the Mayo Spartans host the Owatonna Huskies tomorrow in the Section 1 5A Championship. We'll hear from Mayo after the break.